So another one, Big Lots, is closing 500 stores. Is that a surprise? I don't know, because even though this is pretty close to my house, it's about a 5 minute drive. I've never ever been in that store. And when you look at Big Lots, it's just open and there's nobody in line. But when we're gonna go, the store right next to it, Home Goods, has a line and they're not even open yet. And so they're like, hey, we're gonna open in a few minutes. And so there's a huge, huge line already in front of the store. And so some of my questions are, who is Big Lot? And why are they closing all these stores? So look at all these people in front of the line. So you see, all these people are actually waiting to get into the store. And I feel like if you have a retail chain, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for one, two, three, four, five people, six behind the pole. Six people actually waiting in front of your store while you open up so they can get the deals, they can check what's new, or all kinds of other things, right? And so I looked who Big Lots target audience is. I also pulled the financial report that they had last quarter to kind of check how things are going with Big Lots. I got the financials right here. Let's go over it and see who Big Lot is and what they're doing. So, Big Lots reported a net income of $4.7 million for the third quarter of the fiscal 2023 year, translating to $0.16 earning per share. Holy shit, that's not good. This was a notable improvement from the $103 million loss they faced in the same pay period last year. Despite a year-over-year decrease in net sales to $1.03 billion, down from $1.2 billion, the company improved its gross margin from 36.4% up to 34% in Q3 of 2022. These results were bolstered by a significant $204 million gain from real estate sales. So, however, operating expenses increased and long-term debt rose to $533 million, up from $459 million the previous year. Big Lots continues to navigate economic pressure, but anticipates further improvement into 2024. So now I'm looking at who is the target audience. And so let's look at who they're actually targeting. The demographics spans various age groups, but they have a significant appeal to women, particularly those aged between 35 and 65, who are often the decision maker for household purchases. In terms of demographic location, Big Lots targets suburban and urban markets across the United States. They're attracting consumers in area where large retailers like Walmart and Target are popular. The company also attracts bargain hunters who are looking for brand name discounted merchandise. So all this stuff is interesting, but they're still violating one of my 3 rules. And now you're like, what are those? If you never watched, I have a 3 principal rule set that I kind of apply to most of my businesses. So when it comes to business, I have 3 key rules that in order to have a flourishing business, you need to have. You need to have a good product. You need to have good customer service, and you need to have availability. If one of these things do not line up, you're going to have problems down the road. And so what do I mean by that? In Big Lots, in the realm of Big Lots, do they have a good product? And that's where I kind of think it kind of fails, because I don't know what Big Lot really offers. And I did a poll on YouTube, and it's like, you guys don't even really shop at Big Lots either. So their product is probably not that good, or you'd be shopping at Big Lots. So I checked out the website, and they have like furniture, they have all these kind of other things. And I'm looking at it like, okay, so they have furniture, they have all these other things. But where do I go and buy furniture? I go buy them at Costco. Is that trashy? Maybe, but I like the quality. And so that's where I go. And I like that you don't have to assemble it like IKEA. And yeah, I don't know how Home Goods or any other ones kind of sell the furniture. But Big Lots, I don't know. I've actually never been, even though it's like a few miles down the road from me. Good customer service. And on the website, it says they have 30 days return. And when you go and you compete with Walmart or anybody else, they have 90 days. So you have 3 times longer to return something at Walmart than you have at Big Lots. They give you 30 days. Is that customer service? I would say it's there, but it's not excellent. And availability. When you close all these stores, you're going to make the availability scarce and people aren't going to buy. Even if you have a high ticket priced item and it's available to buy, people will buy it. But if you are not available because you can't do it and you need to do shipping and all these other things, it's not going to be good. So now, this is just the fundamentals of why some of these store fails. They do not identify their consumer, or if they have, then you need to target and appeal to those people, and you have to make sure that they come in and you cater to all these people so that there is no misconception of why you're going and what you're going to do. And if you're in the world of business, you got to understand the why. You got to understand what makes people tick, what makes them spend money on it, what makes you go out and do things. And when you are a business owner, you kind of get why people spend their money. Is it pain relief? You go to see a doctor because he's going to give you medication. Is it going to help you make more money? So you hire somebody that knows about it. Is it going to be an issue that you have in your life that you're willing to spend money on, like a car, like a flat tire, because you can't go to work, and so it's a necessity? Is it going to make your life easier? Is it going to be a push or a pull reaction, right? And people do not understand this concept on YouTube. Most of you guys leave me comments just like this guy over here, just like this person over here that said, you should launch a business consultancy, you should advise and analyze for free. So this is the problem that most people don't understand. And I think that that's the same mentality as CEOs have. They think because it's available, people will buy it, but that's not the case. So let's go over through why this is such a bad idea. So if you offer something for free, it needs to be that there's a value behind it. If you give advice online or you do something, there needs to be a reason why you do it. It's like for me, for instance, when I do these YouTube videos, I walk around, I love talking about it, and it brings me joy. Is it bringing me in money? Not really. Is it doing anything else? No, but is it fun for me? Is it my hobby? Is it a passion of mine? Yeah. Do I love interacting with you guys? Yes. And that is my main why. And you got to find out why. So if I would consult for you and I do that for other people, then why would I not charge them money? Because that is not what my passion is, and I don't want to be on a phone call with anybody and they're not going to show up, because if there's no financial reason, these people aren't going to show up. And now you're like, why would they not show up? Because I've been there. I've actually started with Ali a coaching business where we help people find jobs. And we have about 70 people in that coaching program where we help them find jobs. We help them with the resume, LinkedIn, cover letter, all these other things. And to start off, we said, hey, the first 10, 15 people are at no cost. And look at their status. Look at where they are. They're not contributing to the community. They're not contributing to the cause or even being active. So it is a waste of my time and a waste of their time. And so a lesson I've learned early on is the most expensive advice you get is free advice, because then you're not going to get any value out of it. So in order for me to actually coach you on a business, I would have to have first a bunch of email conversations back and forth, seeing what your business even needs, see what your target audience is, see how I can help you out, see if social media can fix it, see if you're not converting sales. And this isn't something that I can just do out of the fun, out of the goodness of my heart, because I'd rather, instead of helping you fix your business, I'd rather make a YouTube video, or I go hang out with my family that is in town, or do other things. And it is like, yeah, could I do it? Of course I can. But it is not worth my time, because I only have so much time in a day to do things. And I'd rather help my job seekers that are actually paying me to help them out and are actually really, really showing up to the calls because they want my advice. And so when you have people paying for your time and you see the value, you can't offer something for free unless it's a lead magnet. So when you say, hey, I want something, I'm gonna have a I have like a freebie to get people in the store. like the Costco rotisserie chicken, right? So if you have the Costco rotisserie chicken, it's all the way in the back. It's not at the front. It's a magnet. So you walk through the store, you see all these other things, and then there it is. That's why dairy and eggs and all these other things are always at the end of the grocery store. That is not because they want you to walk more. No, they want you to go all the way across the aisle. So you might think, oh, I also need some coffee. Let me grab some coffee. So you make an impulse purchase. And so when we're looking at all these things, is you need to know why people are coming to you. And when you say, oh, you gotta offer this at no cost or do something, that is not good. And so when you as a company put a loss leader at the front of your store, people will not walk to the back, and that will end up hurting you in the long run. So you put the loss leader way in the back. Hopefully somebody in there actually, an employee can say, hey, can I help you find something? And then you're like, oh, what is that question? Oh, that question is designed to actually maybe get you to think about something, so you will then say, yeah, where's the bacon, or where's the beer, so you can grab another beer on the way out. These questions are all designed not because they want to help you out, not because they care about you. No, these questions are made so the business can make more money. And this is why people say, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. Unless you've actually ran a business, and some of you guys actually have run a business, and I'm like, man, cool. And some of you guys have actually really flourishing businesses, and I'm super proud of those people. And then you can see, like, hey, how did they do it? And it's not by offering their time for free. They're just charging you and fixing people's problems. The bigger the problem you fix, the more money you'll make. And now, when we're looking at Big Lots right over here, it's going to be really interesting to see how they can turn it around. Because how do you turn a store around that you don't know exists? Or if you do know exists, why do you go in it? And now the question is, how do you turn it around? And so if I was the CEO, I would actually look at who exactly is my target audience. What brings these people in the stores? What do they buy the most? And what do they not buy at all? And then starting to see, hey, how can we make changes? How can we revamp it? And how can we make this store right here, phenomenal, so that all people that live in this area will come to Big Lots and say, hey, this is the place where it's happening. This is the place where you got to buy furniture. And when they think about coffee, what do you think about? It's the same thing. When you're like, hey, I want an on-the-go drink, what do you think about? Do you think about Dunkin' Donuts? Do you think about Dutch Bros? Do you think about this? And when I'm talking about let's go for lunch, what's your first thought? Oh, Subway? Is it McDonald's? Is it Burger King? Or is it pizza? I don't know. But these companies condition you with ads, with everything, to make sure that when you think about something and a feeling that you have, like, I'm hungry, that pulls a reaction, and then you can say, hey, I'm gonna actually go to McDonald's and get a little snack, hamburger, or something else. Or hey, I need to do some home improvements. Where do you go? Let me go to Home Depot, or let me go to Lowe's. It's like these places where you kind of know, oh, there he is. Oh, I want to go to get some cheap clothes. Then I go to Ross or Burlington or something else. I want to get a designer purse at a steep discount. You go to Saks or you go to Ross. I don't know any about that because I also shop my clothes at Costco. And yeah, I just do that. But yeah, then there's Michael's and there's all these other stores that you kind of get, and you're like, where can you go for why? Like, where can you go because of why? And I think when you understand that concept, you're starting to think more like a business person. And when you're thinking about it like this, you're starting to see, oh, that's why people do things, because it works. It works because of human psychology. And now, when we're looking at all these things, it's like consulting and doing stuff like lost leaders has to be in a way where it helps people out, where they're willing to either sign up for something bigger or you do it as a charity. And there's charities out there that will help you and do things. So if you want to donate your time, that's called charity. And if you want to do other things in the world of business, or you want to give people advice, That's called consulting, and consultants charge money. And so, just some food for thought for today's video. And it is actually a gorgeous day in Las Vegas. Looking at all these places and the fascination for these why people buy and why people don't has always fascinated me, because that's why I've got a degree in psychology, because the human emotion, and somebody said that really, really great about my Starbucks video that I did not even think about, is they said buying a coffee at Starbucks is more of an emotional thing than a rational thing. And I haven't even thought about that. And this is why I love, love, love YouTube, because some of you guys really, really post good stuff. And I was like, yeah, that might actually be right. So when you're driving down the road, you're thinking, let me just grab a Starbucks coffee. And then it's not like a want, you plan on doing it. It's more of a like, hey, I'm seeing it, let me buy one. And that is emotional purchases. And a lot of, and that is also okay, because emotional purchases are just what we do. Sometimes we just sign up for things. And that's why these timeshare companies and everybody else, you know, does these emotional, like, vacation things. And they're like, hey, donate your time, we'll fly you out. We'll fly you out. So please give us, and we pay for your we'll pay for your room, or we'll give you $400 in credits. And so you can join this thing. So kind of feel like, okay, I'll join that because you got money in return. And then you kind of sign up for it because you're like, oh, I'm already here. I kind of like it. I could see myself come back. But these are just some of the psychologies that they use to kind of get you to do things. And Starbucks has probably conditioned a lot of us like, hey, we're on the road. Let's just grab a coffee while we're driving and go in places. And that is great marketing on them. So let me know what you guys think about all this. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see more store closures. I'm going to be definitely sure that we're seeing more in Las Vegas. They're closing more other stores like this. So it's going to be interesting to see where the dice are going to fall. What that's going to mean for you is that means that you're going to have a harder time finding a job if you work in retail, because CVS is closing, all these other stores are closing. So we will see how competitive that market's going to get. If you need help with the job search, shoot me a message on LinkedIn, see if I can help you out. If you have any questions, let them leave them below in the comments. If you love this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.